All is event on top of all else, fair as it was in the wild. Joe Robertson is description. The set has been created at London's Youthful Vic, wherever auditorium members can stake loaf and tea in the Afghani Banner, a fictitious coffee house. The installation of the act, Sames, spelled in college boyfriend Joe Potato. The act is mentioned following the Calais camping, how became household to thousands of refugees and migrants. The playwrights, named as the Two Joes, passing to the camping to voluntary installation up a homemade theater named Nice Opportunity. He's a sentence how not just to expect, but was as well utilized by such frantic to achieve the UK while they believed they had an prospect to do it through the canal, via everything tool. Things include now go complete round in the start of the act, that has acquired 5-star reviews of the likes of the Trustee and Freelance, who praised its condoloma and all get on the camping. Time the camping may not already exist any more than, possessing been bulldozed in 2016, audiences can expertise it in a way via the act, meeting on dilapidated benches and observe the activity evolve about them. Down there are throw members who lived in the actual wild and seating areas mentioned following the countries of that the camping's population came. So time the storyline, relying on a Sudan adolescent named Okat who is on a mission statement to get to England, and the part of UK voluntary beta, who is acute to assist him, is fictitious. Down there is no receive off of the fact on that the act is based. We trapped up in the Two Joes among rehearsals front of the Discovery overnight of the act, aimed by Stephen Daldry and Justin Martin. He's loved the wild himself in Microworld, says Robertson of the production. Down there are conversations event above every sum. I believe audiences will be really undertaken ago but as well really agitated by it. I expect it reveals thing on the position how if thou ve just seen it on the news story, or recite on it in the papers, how you wouldn't aware. Thou could never complete a talk in the wild, says Potato. All was of such a significance and urgent how you would get aborted. We requested a set and ambience how dictated how for the auditorium and as well symbolized the width of nationalities and the variety of the location. Down there's nearly a act up the act as so, while you volume a card on the website, you include to select that nation chapter thou re departure to sit to. Robertson continues, usually in theater, thou re meeting behind, but there, thou re propensity striker on the spreadsheet in front line of thou. Down there's thing on how, not creature capable to let it undergo by thou. Thou re down there, and thou re consider it. Same wild himself was complete of homemade buildings, these places of society and heat wherever human beings could eat and say along. In our act, the Afghani Banner echoes which such places were utilized for, both of for a location for meat while down there was a meltdown or while down there was a festivity. Potato says, he's been really exciting talk to human beings following the Shah. They've been usually really unwilling to use the speech delight while giver their response, we've never had how in a act up. I believe it speaks to the complexities of it. One of the questions the act asks is, how do you assist? So I believe human beings keep waiting thing of themselves, and in a feeling of urgent and expect. But Robertson says the act nearly never came on. We never very designed to compose a act on our expertise down there or to try to copy the stories we heard and things we skilled. Same major item in Nice Opportunity Theatre was to enable the human beings who lived down there to speak their stories to every sum, to include a area wherever various nationalities could go along. We lived down there for 7 months and grew to aware so lot human beings. We saw experiences how influence all residing down there. The Paris attacks modified so lot, deeply, both of in France and the UK. It seemed love the history was written himself time we were in Calais. For the vacuum of the website how March, we had the microbe of the concept, expressive the history of the location and ultimately how it was ruined. Potato says while cast the act, it was significant to greet a band of various experiences, that is how 3 ex-residents of the wild came to seem in it. They give their expertise immediately to the act, he says. Other who include been refugees, or whose parent were refugees, are as well implicated. A enormous portion of the job the theater does is to assist artists evolve their job while they come in a new nation, thing we trust is significant to start a new lifetime. Robertson says the act is complete of lifetime, addition, how, he's a revolt. Since house which it was love, he explains. Thou dee listen a chant, and human beings would be dancing. But he adds, Calais was such a fail in lot various ways. It was a horrible location, down there were so lot guys down there, and down there yet are. We've tested to see behind at which we did, which the team of voluntary did, and request, which happened. I very expect he's a act house not fair for human beings of one policy point of view, but for nobody someone's concerned in how issue, and wants to aware more than. Nice opportunity is installation up a priest up theater following to a asylum seeker admission center in Paris. It will outdoor following year. The Wild is at the Youthful Vic before January 9th.